this is the side of my camper. The exit door is right over here. And I've wanted to make a flip-up countertop. Right now what we do is we have a small white plastic table, the legs you flip down, we put it here. Cook stove goes here, you know, a few other things, food preparation. We're still camping, we like to work outside. So the goal today is to put some flip-up brackets on here along with a countertop that will flip up and then flip down for traveling. And this is how we're going to do it. The Windrose II has diamond plate on the sides, and I wanted to make something diamond plate for the top. So I checked around, you know, the big box stores and everything, they have it. It's unbelievably expensive, and it's thin. I mean, you cut it with tin snips. I was going to wrap some around some plywood and so forth, but I found this guy online who was selling this 1/4-inch diamond plate for ridiculously low price in comparison to what it should be. It is $9 a square foot, but the other stuff was that, and it was paper thin practically. This I won't need to wrap around anything. It's solid as it is, and he had various sizes, and I managed to get this 14 by 43 inch piece, and it's going to go right about there. And the reason for using diamond plate is when it flips down, hopefully it'll be a little less conspicuous than if I had made some other kind of countertop out of wood, painted, or even the other diamond plate that would have been wrapped. One of the issues I'm going to have is these things. And these are designed to hold the barn doors open if you want to open them wide. And you know, I really don't use them much. The barn doors just don't stay open like this on the sides. So once this is flipped down over here, I think this will become unusable. But I'm going to leave them instead of taking them off and just leaving holes in the sides and so forth. And they'll just have to stay there and I guess not be used. These are the brackets I'm going to be using. I've used them in many different places. I really like them. They're stainless steel. They're very strong. They open up and lock like this. And you hold this trigger and it goes back down and lies flat. They come with these screws and with lags on them, but I won't be using those. I'm going to be using these self-tapping screws. They're made for aluminum. They have a coarse thread. They're holding up my maple kitchen cabinets on the ceiling, so I know that they're strong. And we'll see if we can make a outdoor shelf with this. The first thing that's got to be done is I have to level this trailer, because when you put these brackets on there, if you put them vertically and they're tilted, when they close, they'll kind of close, instead of like this, they'll close like this, and they'll bind. So the best way to do this is to level the trailer, and then I'll be able to level the bracket this way vertically. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And that's got it. This is where one of my studs in the wall is. Aluminum square channel, and there's a seam right here, and I can feel on both sides of it. It gives a little bit, so it's right on there. Now I am going to use this spacer because I want, when I flip this up, the top will be right here and it'll hit. So I need to bring it down so it'll flip right up into this space. And this is a little bit thicker than the actual countertop. Now this is actually a little nerve-wracking because I'm drilling into the side of my trailer, which is not fun to do. And these screws really bite good and they hold just as I knew they would. Dead center. Now I've got this tube of silicone, which I must admit is pretty old, so I just cut the end off, and we'll put a bead on there and drive the screw right through it. Now I will take this one out and put some silicone on it. And of course the silicone is to keep any water infiltration out. Now I'm a little nervous about this next one because I can feel the joist in there. I'm just hoping I hit it correctly. It's right there over the L. I should get it right there, I hope. Oh, God help me. We got it. It's amazing how something you think is level, and then it's not. It's way off. I think we got this now, though. Okay. That looks good. Right there. Okay, that's just laid on there, but that's basically what it's going to be like. That looks pretty good. I've got to mount it. I also have to check to see if this corner will clear the wheel, and I don't think it will. I'm going to have to round this off or cut a scallop or something here. I knew it wouldn't. Now, I'm going to have to cut this back quite a bit to clear that. And instead of making a scallop, I think I'll just make a rounded corner. And I'm not going to take this out and look at it again. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. It's got to at least be this much, maybe more. I'm not sure. And we'll go out and test it and see if it's there. I'd love to leave it square, but I'm not. The other end, I'm going to round off just a tiny bit, just to make it so we don't have a sharp corner, but I'm going to leave the full width because I want as much countertop as I can get. This is the hardest aluminum I've ever seen. I've got it's a Bosch bimetallic blade in here that I've cut metal with. And this is aluminum. And this is my second one. And I've taken the teeth off from both of them. My God, I'm gonna have to use like four or five blades just to get through this cut. That's crazy. 4 blades completely used up. And I couldn't make it go that much further. You don't need it much, but when you do, there's not much else that will work. Okay, I'm going to take it outside, see how it fits, and then we'll go from there. The fit is good. Now I'm going to take and round the other edge off a little bit, and whatever this was sheared on, some kind of a machine, left a kind of a sharp burr on the edge, so I'm just going to touch that and take it off, and then we'll go mount it. Now, not only do these brackets need to be leveled this way, but they have to be leveled in a third dimension, so that if they're leveled this way, it should be good this way. But now we've got to make sure that it's this way, because if it's cocked too much to the side, it won't close well. And I'm going to do it the best I can with this square, but I'm not exactly sure because we have a pivot there, so I'm going to have to kind of eyeball it. And this is screwed up flat up against it, so it's probably pretty good to begin with. Now, I'll do the other one just like it, and then we'll mark it and go in and drill a couple of holes. After a whole lot of tweaking, we finally got this, so I'm actually able to put it down and up, and it goes smoothly without binding. So now it's time to get under here and mark a few places to drill holes. Let's see if this drill's any better than. That's a new drill, and that was hard. Now I don't have a countersink for the taper on this screw, but this drill bit is pretty close, so it will have to do. Okay, that'll squeeze down good. So what I've got is these really nice stainless screws with a a hex wrench toggle at the end. I've got stainless washers, I have stainless lock washers, and a stainless nut to put on them. I'm going to start off by putting 2 on the back edge, and there'll be 1 more hole to drill afterwards. That's pretty good. I like it. And it's designed to blend in with the side of the camper. My Coleman stove is 12 inches deep. This is 14, so it's just about right. And it'll fit right about here. And I'll have this much of the sideboard left to work on if I'm cooking or doing something else. It'll mostly be for the stove, because that's when we usually put a table here. That's where it usually stays. Putting the little nuts and washers underneath. As I get older, boy, manipulating those small things becomes a real problem. You think you've got something on, and because you can't see it, you're up here and you're down there, and you look underneath and the thing's on the ground, you thought you were putting it on. Don't let anybody fool you, for those of you who are younger. This getting older thing is for the birds. But anyway, this is done. The only thing that I think that I might consider is I'm wondering on rough roads if this will bounce, or even if it matters. I'm thinking that right in here, you know, I was going to put like a pin here, but I didn't want to interfere with the hinge or weaken it. But I'm thinking if I get something that clips right over this pivot right here and gets in there, it won't be able to rise up, even though it's got a little press fit at the bottom. So I'm not too worried about it. I'll have to think about that before. What do you think?
Oh, that looks good. Yeah.
Doesn't it though, huh?
Yeah. It looks sturdy.
It is. And that 1/4-inch diamond plate, it was really hard to drill through. It's aluminum, but my God, it must be some of that stuff that they put on that they make like truck bumpers out of and stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like tempered or something. It was really hard to cut. You know those blades I bought?
Yeah.
Those Bosch blades, there were 4 metal blades in it. Took all 4.
Oh, geez.
I got like about 2 inches for each one, and then all the teeth were off.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And I just cut this curve right here, so it would fit over that and we wouldn't get you know, jabbed. And I rounded off all the other edges too and smooth it out. So
Yes.
will it do?
Yes. Very good.
Can't wait to go someplace.
Yep.
Okay.